Welcome to Food Literacy Center's weekly recipe video. I am here today with Florence Amin, and she is the caterer at Near East Feast Catering, and we are really excited to offer you a special rendition of our recipe today. And you remember, you can go to foodliteracycenter.org and you can download all of our recipes. Today we are really excited to be making Bolani, which is an Afghan recipe, and we are celebrating Ramadan and Ramadan Kareem to you.
Thank you.
And so in this celebration, I'll let Florence tell you a little bit more about it, but this is one of the traditional recipes. Right now, Florence is fasting, and she'll talk to you a little bit more about that. Well, actually, why don't you tell them sort of why you're fasting?
Of course. Good morning, everyone. Today is the second day of Ramadan, where we cannot eat from sunrise till sunset. The whole idea is to have empathy and know how it feels being hungry for those people that cannot have food. And the whole idea is also to be more given and give more to charities. Today we'll be making Bolani, which is an Afghan traditional appetizer. There are various versions of it, but today we're going to focus on the traditional ones, which is the kadu, the pumpkin stuffing, the leek, the Afghan gandana, and also we're going to be making the potatoes.
And I've already had a chance to preview taste them, and they are super delicious. We won't be tasting them today because it is Ramadan, so we are, well, Florence is fasting.
You can, though.
But she can cook, and also the other thing we are celebrating today is we are both double vaccinated, and it is such a beautiful thing to be able to be with another human in the same space and share cooking and food together. So if you haven't gotten your vaccination, let's celebrate public health and do that too. So lots of things we're excited about, and we're also partnering with an incredible nonprofit called Opening Doors to make all of this possible. So I'm gonna let Florence take it from here, and thanks for tuning in. And yeah, Florence, It's your floor.
I'm excited to make this for you guys. It's my favorite appetizer. So we're gonna start off with our ingredients. Let's get with the dough stuffing. So we're gonna need 6 cups of all-purpose flours. I'm gonna look at my notes so I don't mess it up. 2 teaspoons of salt, 4 teaspoons of canola oil. You can add a little bit more oil if you want it to be more flaky. Also, we're gonna do 2.5 cups of water and about 1 or 2 tablespoons of warm water. It depends how soft you want it, or if you would just want to roll it out easily, I would suggest adding a little bit more water. And obviously we're gonna work on the filling. So let me show you how the dough is here, and if you're able to see that, and you can see how soft that is, because that's not gonna require me a lot of rolling. After you let it rest for 30 minutes, we're gonna be making the balls. Depending how big your frying pan is, I have a big griddle right here. So I can make bigger bolognese, but depending on how you want it, you can make it smaller. So we're gonna get to the stuffing. We're gonna work on the leek is right here. This is the leek that you can get at the grocery stores. I have used 3 leeks. I chopped it up. We need to saute that in the pan right now. So Amber is gonna help me with that. I'll show you guys. All right, so I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons of oil. I use canola oil, and I'm gonna let it warm up, and then I'm gonna add the leek. So it can be a little bit sauteed, because right now you can see the leaves are really tough. We want it to be a little bit soft right now. Okay, let's get to that. All right. So that's about 3 cups right now. And then I'm gonna add, these are my spices, so I'm just gonna add a little bit of salt to taste. You can add black peppers if you like. It's up to you. I add a little bit, not a whole lot, but if you want to skip this, you can do that as well.
And so tell us about the traditional leek versus the Afghan leek.
So the traditional leek you can get from grocery stores are the ones you have seen, right? The Afghan leek, let me show you guys. This is from my mom's backyard. It's fresh. All I did is I've added the salt. To me, this looks a lot more like chives, right? But it doesn't have that chives taste to it. This is like a more of like scallion, a little bit of scallion taste. And it's delicious. This is my favorite stuffing. So we're gonna be doing that too. If you guys like to get some Afghan gandana or leek, I suggest going to your local Afghan store. They're always gonna have it, especially right now with spring. They're gonna be in stock. So you can see that I'm not gonna cook it a whole lot. I'm just gonna let it sizzle a little bit for maybe another minute or two. You guys can see how it went down the size because I'm just gonna cook it maybe for another 30 seconds. Okay. And meanwhile, we can come right here, Amber. So I have the 3 potatoes that I grated here. I'm gonna move this away. And then to this, I'm gonna add all cilantro. The measurements are already on the website. Amber, I think she shared that with you guys. So I'm gonna add this. And I'm also gonna do half an onion. That is done. And we're gonna do green onions or scallions here. Over here I have 1 medium tomato puree. This is fresh tomato. I'm gonna check for my leek real quick. Okay, so this is perfect. I'm gonna turn it off and transfer it back to my bowl for the stuffing. Oops. We're going to come over here and add our seasoning. I'm going to add the salt. I'm not going to be able to taste this, so here we go. I'm adding the coriander powder. If you don't have coriander powder, you can skip this. You can just do the black pepper. Mix it well. Because we want to incorporate all the ingredients. You can see how well it is mixed right now. You can taste it right now to adjust your seasoning. You can add a little bit more salt or pepper. Okay, so this is good. We have our leek right here. And the next step is we're gonna go to our kadu, which is the pumpkin right here. And to this, I'm going to add half an onion. I've already added the jalapenos, but you can skip that if you don't like it to be spicy. I've added half of it. I'm going to mix this. I've already added the black pepper and salt. I'm doing the same thing here. I'm trying to incorporate all of the ingredients, mixing it well.
And that pumpkin is raw and grated,
This is
not
raw
cooked.
grated, yes.
Whereas
Absolutely.
the potato was cooked.
Yes, and this is butternut squash. You can also use the acorn pumpkin if you like. I have done squash as well. So this is nicely mixed. All right. So today we're going to be doing 4 bolanis. We're going to do the Afghan leek, the gandana. We're doing the pumpkin, the kadu, the kacholu, which is the pumpkin, and also we're going to be doing the traditional leek. So we're gonna roll these open. I'm gonna use a little bit of flour. You guys could see how easily it's gonna, there you go. Because I made it really nice and soft. Gonna move my hair so it doesn't get in the bolani. Alright. Meanwhile, I'm gonna turn on the griddle right here. So I have a large griddle. If you don't have a large griddle, you can just use a small pan if you like. I'm gonna let it warm up while I am making the bolani stuffing right here. You can see how thin that is. Okay. So the first stuffing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the traditional leek. I'm gonna grab the spoon. So we're doing a half moon shape over here. Gonna add a little bit to the sides here. Yeah. And then I'm just going to fold it over, just like that. Closing the edges, because we want to make sure that the stuffing doesn't come out. And I'm just gonna press it down really nicely, flattening out. See, that looks like a half moon, right, Amber?
Wonderful.
Okay, so I'm gonna add some oil to my griddle. You can shallow fry the bolanis. If you're more health conscious, you can just add less oil. You can adjust it according to your taste, how you want it. Okay, so meanwhile that is warming up, I'm gonna set this aside and roll out my next bolani. So for the next one, we're gonna do the potato. Gonna need some more flour here.
And Florence, you were saying that all of your recipes you learned from your mom.
I learned everything from my mom. My mom is a great cook, like just like anyone's mom, right? You learn a lot from your mother. She's a great cook, and so every cook, as you guys know, everyone cooks differently, right? So my mom cooks her cacholu bolani different than I do. I usually tend the simpler version. She cooks it in a gravy. It has more flavor, absolutely, but it is a little bit complicated compared to this one. So next time, maybe I will do that for you guys. So I'm gonna put the potatoes, and I'm going to make sure that I get to the edges. And it doesn't have to be a perfect circle, as you can see. Mine is not a perfect circle. And I'm going to close the edges, press it down, nice and firm, and then I'm going to press in the middle and hold the edges so it looks like a moon. Alright, so I think my griddle was hot enough, so I'm going to transfer my bolani.
Smells amazing already.
Yeah, it's going to be delicious. Over here, I'm gonna grab my platter. So make sure that you guys are moving it around so it cooks from all edges. And you can check if it's done or not. I want it to cook a little bit more. So.
And you're looking for golden brown?
Yeah,
What color are you looking for?
I'm looking for a golden brown, as you can tell over here. so while that is being cooked, I'm going to roll out another one for the pumpkin. It is really easy to make. Once you guys have all the ingredients ready, it's simple to make it. And we make this almost actually every iftar. So iftar is the time we break our fast, because as Muslims we fast from sunrise till sunset. And bolani is a perfect appetizer for iftar. And soon I'll show you guys how to make the dipping sauce, which is amazing. Okay, I'm gonna check on my bolani over here. You see that?
Yeah.
Okay, transfer it here, let it cool off while I put the other one in. I'm just going to add a little bit of oil here. So coming back here, we're going to do the kadu, which is the pumpkin. And you're going to add a little bit of a generous amount, because remember, the pumpkin is not cooked. It only has the onions, the spices, which is the black pepper, salt, and I added half a jalapeno, or you can do Thai chilies too if you like it spicier. I'm gonna add a little bit on the edges right here. We're gonna close the edges nice and tight, press it down, and then the middle. Okay, so let's look at this. As you can see, it cooks really fast, you know, so you don't have to spend a lot of time cooking it. And it's been what, 5 minutes? We've already made 2.
Yeah.
It's very easy.
And Florence, talk again about, you're talking to me about the self-discipline during Ramadan.
Absolutely. So the whole idea of fasting, another aspect of it, is to have self-control and self-discipline. There are going to be people eating around you. You would think that it's going to be hard. It is going to be hard the first few days, and after that, you just have more self-control, you know. So I'm adding the pumpkin right now, right here. So we did the dandana, the potatoes, which are the kacholu, and now I'm doing the pumpkin. After that, here is our sauce. This is what we're going to be making for the sauce. I have 3 cloves of garlic. I have 1 jalapeno. You can use Thai chilies. I have about 6 or 7 mint leaves. I have a cup of cilantro, and I have some Greek yogurt. So I'm going to take it here to the blender. I'm going to put my chili in, my mint, and I'm going to add a little bit of salt, so salt to taste. So to help it blend, I'm just going to add about 2 to 3 spoons of water. That's it. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to check on my bolani real quick, guys. Okay, so this is going to be loud. Oops. So it's nicely blended, as you can see. I'm going to add my yogurt to it. I'm just going to spin it maybe about 1 or 2 times. Meanwhile, I'm going to check on my bolani. So this is my last bolani. You can see this is the kadu one, the pumpkin. So So I'm gonna let it cool off before I cut it. Over here, I'm going to add my yogurt to the blender. Can you smell that, Amber?
Oh, it smells incredible. The mint, the jalapeno, the cilantro.
It's going to be delicious. So I'm just gonna spin it maybe once or twice to incorporate the yogurt. Okay, that's it. I'm going to put it in here. And I'm going to now cut my bolognese for plating. You guys saw how easy that was? Super easy. Okay, so first thing, I'm going to cut the pumpkin. You can use a pizza cutter or you can just use a knife, whatever you have. And we're gonna place it here. Next is the cacholu, which is the pumpkin. Which one is your favorite, Amber?
My favorite was the Afghan leek, the Ganadan.
Leek, yes, try it. It's delicious. I like the traditional leek as well.
Yeah.
It's good.
There are no bad ones.
Yeah. This is very light, you know. It's perfect afternoon snack, or you can have it for lunch, for Muslims for iftar, for dinner. It's good anytime. I'm going to move it here for Amber. You get it. Let me garnish it a little bit.
You should hold that platter. There you have it, everyone.
Guys. Let me know how you like it in the comment box.
And thanks for tuning in.
Thank you. Have a good one,